Hello everybody, welcome to the mini class lesson plan tutorial. I'm gonna just run through this really quick to teach you guys how to use our mini class lesson plan. If you wanna learn more about the mini classes and about the method and how it was developed, just check out our method overview video. Because in this one, I'm gonna focus on how to use our lesson plan material. So our lesson plan, the PDF that you will get will have about 15 pages total. You will not need every single one of those pages for your mini class, and we're going to go over it. So the page number one is going to be the cover page. It's going to look like that, and on the bottom is going to have the topic of the mini class. Then right after that, we're going to have a page with our copyright and use disclosure. So just protecting all the material that I have prepared for you guys to use. Pages 3 through page 5, it's going to be a mini class overview. So those pages just pretty much explain a little bit what the mini classes are, how I created the mini classes, and what they're meant to, how they're meant to flow. And between those three pages, pages 3 and 5, you will find this part that will say tutorial videos. The first video is going to be the caregiver-led method overview that is going to talk about the entire creation and overview of the method. So if you're curious to learn more about that, just follow the link that you're going to find on that page. And tutorial number 2, it's going to be this video that I'm recording right now on how to use the mini classes. So you probably clicked here already and is watching this video. And then a little part about feedback and ongoing improvement, just encouraging you all to send any feedback you might have on this session or any other material that you receive from me. And then we have on page 6 the suggested structure. So how the mini classes are divided in those little blocks and how long each block should take. At least this is the structure that I use right now over in Wonders Homeschool Co-op. So this is the mini class structure. Pages 7 and 8 are gonna have your mini class preparation. You can print this or not. I'm gonna leave it up to you. If you print it, you can put the date here that you're planning on having that mini class, and you will have all the materials you will need to make this mini class happen. So it has an Amazon link for the book that it's suggested on the reading comprehension, as well as every single bit of material that you might need. You're gonna see here some Amazon links, but this is just as a reference to make it easier for you guys. You absolutely not obligated to follow any of those links, so please get your material wherever is more convenient for you. But it has here all the prep information and a guest speaker option here at the bottom, where if you do have a guest speaker available for this mini class, you can replace one of those three parts of the class, depends on how much time you need for your guest. So it says here, replace topic of the day for approximately 30 minutes for your guest. You can replace arts and crafts for around 40 minutes. Or if you just need about 15 minutes for your guest, you can replace it with the music and movement. So depending on how much time you need for your guest, just replace one of those parts of the mini class and follow the rest of it with the usual flow. And on page number 8, you'll have some options for the littles and for the older kids. Because the mini classes are planned with children between the ages of 4, 5, and 8 in place, those little guys might not be quite on that structure yet. So having some little resources to help them keep busy and engaged while the other kids are working on the mini class will be very helpful, as well as older siblings that might tag along for the mini classes. So you can print any of those resources and have it available for them so they can participate at a higher level. So that will be available on page number 8. From page number 9 on is the actual true structure of the mini classes. So you're gonna have welcome and circle time, which you can adapt to fit your group's needs. This is mostly the order that we have been following with Wolverine Wonders after adjusting several times. We start with a hello song, which you can choose which one works better for your group. And then we do a group greeting, like a peace sign, a high five, a smile, a thumbs up. We choose a group reading and do that day. And then there's a second page for welcome a circle time. We do a emotional check-in that you can also do however fits your group. I can possibly make a separate video saying how exactly welcome and circle time is done. I've over and wonders at this point if this welcome and circle time structure becomes hard for you guys to implement. We can talk about it in more detail. But if you touch those points of having some sort of hello song, an introduction, a group greeting, or just choose a greeting of the day so everybody can say hello, an emotional check-in. For Over and Wonders, we have a board with all the emotions. As they arrive, they get a sticker with their name. And when we're doing the emotional check-in, they peel that sticker and put it on the board on how they're feeling. So you can do that in an infinite amount of ways. Then we move on to weather awareness. We usually ask them to look outside the window and to kind of understand how is the weather that day. Then we do a little bit of calendar and time awareness. So we use prompts of like what day is today, what month are we in, if now is this month, what was next month, um, what was the previous month, next month, things like that. And then in the end of the circle time, you just do a brief review of the group expectations of the rules that you're going to implement for your space. So as an example for Wolverine Wonders, we have safety rules on not climbing on the furniture, being respectful, hands to yourself, walking feet, and all that good stuff. So you should end your circle time with those expectations for the kids. Then we move on to reading comprehension. And from this moment on, you're gonna see that everything that it's on green, bold, italic, like those, are things that you can just straight up read from. So that's suggested verbiage. So if you don't know what to do during reading comprehension time, you can really just grab that sheet and read it. So like I said, pages 9 through 15 are the pages that I recommend you to print and have it available through the session. So for reading comprehension, you can just grab the book and just read through this sheet, just like this. Today we're going to read Raindrops to Rainbow by John Mickles. This beautiful book will take us on a journey. So you just go on reading that. Before you actually start reading the book, it has some engagement questions. After reading the book, some more questions to just pick their brains on the understanding of the book. Then we transition to topic of the day. And then on topic of the day, you're gonna see the exact same thing. The green parts, like here, here, and here, are parts to be read to the students. So that's language suggested verbiage. And then you have a little introduction. Then you're gonna show them a video on the topic. This link is gonna be hyperlinked, so you're just gonna be able to click on it and go to the video. And then after the video, you do a follow-up discussion before moving on to the activity that they're doing for topic of the day. So I have the activity here, the source where I took the activity from, all the materials, the instructions, and the wrap up so we can move on to the next segment. So after topic of the day, they'll have a little time for a snack as their snack break. After the snack break, you have the arts and craft, also fully scripted and structured. So it has here a little bit of suggested verbiage, and then the activity that we're gonna do, the source, where did I take that activity from, that you can just go to the link also, and all the materials, the instructions, and how to wrap up for that segment. And then in the end, we have a music and movement activity. So this is the suggested activity. Of course, you can change for anything that you seem fit, which has instructions on how to do the activity, and then a suggested verbiage on how to explain the activities for the kids, what you might need. Everything is right here. And then you have a wrap up and goodbye, which also use this time to reflect on the session, see how it went. And so you're going to wrap up, you're going to ask a few engaging questions. I always like to ask them what was their favorite part of the class. And then you reflect on learning. If you are taking pictures, that's a good moment for group pictures. If you have a goodbye song, you can do that right here as well. and send them off to your next to their next activity. So this was it. It's very straightforward, like I showed you guys. It's very simple. You can follow that along. It's very well explained. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, send a message, or reach out to me on social media. um, if Yeah, thank you for watching one more video. Thank you for watching the mini class tutorial. I hope you have an amazing time with the mini classes. Don't forget to post and tag me on it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.